Hi, welcome to episode 23 of the Seablock. I took the liberty of building another electrolyzer array and the whole crusher ring business and replacing all the stuff. Long story short, I ended up with a nice circle of saphirite and stereotype ore getting produced here, and they're recycling their crushed stone back into that one. And everything is just working out fine. I dropped down 2 chests here to store the produce we have because I don't want to waste anything. And now it's going to go about the ore sorting facility. So I took a few steps off camera because I was just preparing things and I felt like there's so many repetitive tasks up ahead. I'm going to cut these a little bit more when I find the time to play off camera, which is not that often the case in the last time. Alright, so we are going to research the tree arboretum. I mean, I am able to build that stuff now. I have all the necessary materials. Okay, it's about time that I start looking into the recipes again. Because honestly, as of lately, I have researched and not really paid any attention to what I did there. Okay, so we're now finishing the expansion of my production capacity, and afterwards, oh well, I'm not that sure what's going to happen next. I guess it's going to be more power because, yeah, well, that's just what we need. And look at that! Obviously, I have produced all the belts, and now the production was backing up. Can't remember when I ever saw before that the production was backing up in here. Well, now it's not anymore. I already have the next 10 electrolyzers, but I wanted to wait to place them until I have installed the first half of the array, because I felt like I want to upgrade my ore production beforehand. So just the capacity to double my or to activate 50% of that array is just too, or the ability to activate the half of the array is just too tempting before I go building the rest. I just hope that I can do something about this being less complicated. I'm not sure about that though, but I'm going to try my best. So now I'm going to run these things past here, and it's the dark blue one. Okay. Okay. That's working out just fine. I don't know if I'm going to need a red one, but I don't want to be sad if well, I could look it up, you know, but I'm lazy right now. Okay, that's that, and we're going to repeat this one pretty much. Yeah, well, or not. Maybe something like this, huh? Yeah, let's go for that. I'm still not 100% happy with how this looks like, but hey, what can I do? Okay, that's done. Now, give them power. Okay. And now these guys will be outputting mixed ore anyways, so I can do that right away. Okay. So next up, there's going to be what? They're outputting slag. So, how to deal with the slag there? I mean, I'm really sure that this is working out. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to know if everything was just right. Working out nicely here. Okay. Wow. Considering how this is looking like, it seems to me that I really need to power up my capacities here. So, okay, they'll need what, 3 of those guys? Amazing. So, there you have it. Was no overkill at all. I'm actually underkilling it. Okay. So, they're having this insane amount of inputs, and we're going to need 3 for the output as well. Okay. Why not? Maybe I'm reading this wrong, though. I don't know. But I'd rather have a few more inserters. Because unnecessary inserters not necessarily hurt, you know? That's the beauty of it. So let's give them this one here. So next step is what to do with the slag. I mean, relaying it over there just seems foolish to me. So I'm going to store it, actually. For now, I'm going to store it until I have made up my mind what to do with that stuff. So let's expand this a little bit. Build a few splitters, because we're going to need splitters for sure. And from here on, I'm going to split off the slag part right away. I mean, I could crush the slag and do the same stuff like I did down there, where I'm producing some sand with this. Would be also an option, but I don't want to take that option this time. I just want to store that stuff right away. Nothing fancy about that. I mean, this will back up at some point, but and I'm not really sure why I want to store that stuff, but something in deep down in me tells me that maybe I'm going to use it at some point. If not, I'm just going to drop it to handcraft it, and I'm going to hand drop it into crushers and make something useful out of that. It's not the end of the world either. So I don't have a clue what this technology will actually do for me, but I'm certain that I'm going to find it out at some point. Now then, let's filtrate the ore further. It's going to be iron ore. Oops. There we go. Okay, and the next step will be to lead this stuff over to the array there. So for this job, I'm going to do the same thing I did in other areas of my factory before. I'm going to lead this over here, but honestly, I shouldn't filter that right away. Or sort that right away much more. I should do the sorting somewhere else so I can save a lot of belt. Because honestly, I don't think we're going to produce that much ore. I'm going to need 2 belts here. No. I'm just going to lead that stuff over here, and well, let's mix that belt so we're not going to use only one side of it, but apart from that, this is saving me a lot of resources, and resources are scarce. So there we go. That's what I wanted to do. All right, let's go for the iron ore on this side. Yeah, why not? And I'll need an underground belt down here, and I'll need splitters, and yeah, this is going to be what I'm doing. So there's this little, okay. So let's check it out, if it's working out or backing up. No, it's just spreading the stuff here. So same will be going for this one here. And just like that, 50% of the work is done. The only thing I now need to take care of is if I'm needing more smelters or not. Wow. That was quite a long job to do. Okay, I'm going to need more belts and more electrolyzers. Yeah. Sadly, of course, not able to build them all. Okay, so whoa, I only was able to build. We're not getting much done here, are we? So yeah. Going to be the same old again. Well, but at least I should produce more iron plate at this point than before. So let's check out this place. All the productions are rolling quite nicely. There's just one problem here if I want to go for the second column here. This string of belts is actually very, very unfortunate. If I could run it, if I could let it run over here, let's check if this is actually possible. So this is very, very narrow this way, but well, let's do a little underground belt system here as well. That's why nothing is working. I still have those unnecessary chests there. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, wonderful. So that means I'll just need to drop these things here and everything will be fine. Okay, now this plant will produce stupendous amounts of ore for a moment. But well, it's just what happens when you're using your overspills. But that's not going to last forever, sadly. So I'm dumping some of the excess materials here. Sapphirite ore, steritite ore, just freeing up my inventory of these beautiful things here. Alright. So yeah, we're really transporting down some ores here. Look at that beauty. Maybe I'm going to make this one mix properly. I don't know yet. So, dropping crushed stone in here. Now I have only a few ores left, and look at that. we're backing up ore, but of course we're backing up ore. I mean, I basically overfed the machine. Farming, basic farm. Okay, composter. Oh my goodness, I don't have a clue why I will do this, but but one thing I do know for sure, I will do it. Absolutely sure about that. Okay, we're having like, how much room is there? Ah, well, whatever. So let's mirror this facility just like that. Okay. So, real problem here will be the work around the pipes, but I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to do my job here. Yeah. We can let one of these pipes run through one of these spots, and I have enough space over here. It's a little bit narrow, but it should work. 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? No, that was too much. 1, 2, and 3. Now it's okay. So definitely going to do the ore crushing or whatever is the case on the other side this time. Okay. So there's really not much room for the work to be done, but whatever. It's not necessarily that important. I mean, first off, maybe this room will be enough if I cut off a little bit of the expensive nature of this thing by doing something like that. I mean, I should be also able to cut this like that, so we're having suddenly way more room here to navigate. Okay, so no, this is one tile off. I can't accept that. You see that? Okay, I need to correct that. I'm sorry guys, but there are a few things I can't tolerate at all. I would be unhappy every time I look at the spot of this factory and seeing that this is off one. I don't know why I am like this, but I am like this, okay? Sometimes, especially when I did already so much work with the symmetry in general at in a certain area of my factory, then suddenly the symmetry turns sacred and needs to be protected at any cost. And the rest of the time I built quite in a hurry, and sometimes ill-planned. That's just how it goes, you know. So my factory is not getting all the stuff done. Look at that. The iron ore is backing up here. Yeah, I like to see that, honestly. This feels like progress in a big and meaningful way. So I need more electrolyzers, so let's plunder and pillage some of these iron plates there. Although I'm not limited by the iron plates. It's the stone bricks which are lacking, as a matter of fact. So right now I'm having a lot of sand available. I am quite surprised about that. Okay, look at that. We can craft the last few of them. Awesome. So I'll need 4 more ore crushers, 6 more ore crushers. Oh, come on. This is so much we need. Damn. Okay. So it's 2 ore crushers at the end of every column, and 2 crushers for the sapphirite and the steratite. So, yep, we're pretty we're still pretty busy here. So let's drop down the recipes. And rotate. There we go. And now this dance begins again. That's why I did part of the preparations off camera, because it is quite tedious, you know. It takes its time, especially if you keep dropping pipes where they shouldn't be. Okay, next up is the water supply. Let's get that over here. Ugh. So as a matter of fact, I want to do it like that. Okay, or, oh no. No! Okay, it's going to be underground belt. Because I need the connectors here. Alright. So let's do the same-o. And this will help me produce way more plates than we ever produced before. I mean, that's quite a good assumption, isn't it? So I'm going to grab more iron plates here so I can finally produce those crushers. Sorry, science. Stealing your resources as well. Okay, so, seriously? Wow. This, or is the stone lacking? Oh, okay, I'm relieved. It's only the stone which I'm running out, so... I don't even have... No! Oh, man. Okay. It's not that terrible. It's not that terrible. Let's, tell this place I need stone. Oops. No! I'm so sure I hit the, search bar there. Okay. So... overall, that's what we need the stone for. Okay. That should be enough. At least to finish the first part of the project. So, let's copy that one. I want to try and build up these two parts as quick as possible now. So those backed up metals are actually getting used, and they're getting less and less every moment. I was already expecting that the backup wasn't lasting too long here. So, a few more connectors. Oops. And then I should be able to up my power production a lot quicker, because I mean, I have high hopes that with turning on this array, I will be sitting finally at a decent ore production. Because right now I feel like, oh man. No! Connected them too early. Well. So. I mean, I could have rotated them before they have the recipe loaded, but okay. Doing the same stuff for too long now. Starting to grow tired and do more and more mistakes. And I also noticed that this amount of pipe to ground I have here is not enough to work with the outputs of 20 electrolyzers. Nuh-uh. It's not going to be enough. So apart from that, isn't it looking beautiful? I do like the looks of that. Okay. So I guess I won't be needing that much belt right now, honestly. Let's cut this here. Grab the belt, sure. I mean, why not? But I wanted the pipes. There we go. Only need the pipe to grounds. I have enough regular copper pipes. It's not really the issue here. So let's grab up some more of the iron plates. Always something useful to be done with them, and I'll finally get rid of the ores. There's crushed sturritite in my pocket, and look at that! Finally, my inventory's getting a little bit more empty, and makes me feel pretty bad about myself that I consider this already empty. So that's the 6 crushers I need, and last but not least, the crystallizer and the liquefier. And then finally I should be having everything I need. Okay. So let's check out how I'll do this. I'm going to need a little bit more of the underground belts, but I do have more than enough work to do here. So let's connect these boys. Okay, so let's check out how I'll do that later. For now, I just need to get everything connected on both sides, preferably. Alright. Right now, I'm only doing the connectors inside the facility, basically. Only between the electrolyzers among themselves, because I don't have a clue where I'm going to put down the flare stacks yet, and stuff like that. I'm honestly going to plan the flare stacks once everything here is set up, and not a moment before. Okay. So, burning all that stuff on the southern side sounds like a way easier thing to achieve in this scenario. Like, how about doing something like that, huh? I mean, I can't even use the existing power array here. Okay, so I'll use this one here. And to use this one there. And hopefully everything will work out fine. So there we go. How does this guy burn something if he's not even connected to a running system? Okay. Seriously, where does it come from? One of them is already working fine. Okay. Now everything is making perfect sense. But it wasn't a moment ago. So let's just say we have this stuff here. So this place here is going to make some problems. So I'm letting this run like that due to the smeltering oven. So let's cut that smeltering stuff and open up some space here. Alright, so now this is way better to manage. Alrighty, nice. Okay, way easier. So all that's left to do is to connect this bad boy into the chain, and then all of them are connected. Wonderful. So I don't think that I'm going to be that lucky with the reds, but maybe I am. Alright, so yeah, there's the first problem. So that's not going to work like I want it to, but it's not as horrible as I thought it would be. So downside here is though that I can't really connect like this. I'll need always at least one grid apart to properly get things going here, so possibly it's going to be easier to do something completely different here. So let's check out if this is actually doable. Well, if I would go over here, yeah, it should be actually. I should be able to do that if I just accept that these inserters have to live somewhere else. That this has to live somewhere else. And then all of a sudden, it all becomes easy. So what I'll need to do is just to connect all the guys with this one red pipe up here. So this system is already connected. Now this is connected as well, and this is connected as well. So if I didn't do any mistakes, I should now have a connection. Yeah, all the reds should now be connected to this here. Okay. So, last but not least, the ore crushing array. So, with all these pipes running around here, it's going to be quite hard to do the ore crushing. Oh my goodness. It's pretty hard to transport. No. So how much slack will these boys produce? It's just 2.5 slack per second, so these belts are able to carry this stuff easily. So, tell you what, I'm going to pick up the slack and transport it somewhere else where we can safely process it. So let's give this a little splitter in between and well, maybe not like this. So, in this situation, I'm going to... Oh man, how much crushed stone do 2 of those boys produce? 6. So yeah, we're still able to work around that. Okay, so... This is another take on the same thing here, I guess. So we're going to use those guys here. It's too narrow, isn't it? Ah, too bad. So I need to expand this row here. And then I'm going to do it otherwise then. Here we go. So I'm needing like 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, 3. Oh damn, it's not really possible back here. It's just too narrow. I'll need more space up here. That's too bad. So guys, I'm going to cut this episode here because I want to finish this array in peace, and so overall expect the same ore crushing mumbo jumbo over here. And next episode I'm going to begin to build the next level of the power production. So yeah, feel free to drop me a comment down below. The factory is growing nicely, isn't it? I mean, look at this beauty here. And yeah, I would deeply appreciate any communication. Feel free to support this video and this series also with a like, a share with your friends, or even with a subscription to this channel if you really want to help me out. Do whatever feels great for you. I don't mind if you don't do any of those. I just hope that you had enough fun to come back for the next episode when we're going to make more C-block action. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.